It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. We are back with the Bam Family Lamb. 9 things we love about Aussies. I'm excited to jump in. Before we jump in, smash the subscribe button like now, like quick. Just if you sometimes you gotta smash your phone or give it a quick tap. Either way, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested, so other people can see the video, guys. You want this video to be seen by as many eyes as possible. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can come join the absolutely incredible, awesome, amazing community on Patreon, or you can drop in the comment section. You can drop a suggestion, and I have a premium request link in the description section. What we got?
It's recording this time.
Take 2.
That's a good job then.
While there is many things that make Australia great, and we've spoken about that quite a lot, I think the Aussies are really quite an endearing bunch.
Yeah, I think it's the way that they go out and grab life by the balls.
That's one way to put it, Ben. It's really quite a refreshing approach to life, and I think the rest of the world could learn.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes I click this freaking, I be having to restart like 2-3 times doing the intro, bro. Like, and I just do reaction videos, so like my videos are like easy because I'm just basically reacting to a different video. But sometimes on the intro I have to restart it like 2-3 times because I just start stumbling over my words. It's frustrating. Sometimes I'll just keep it going though.
She thinks the rest of the world can learn from the Australians.
I do. We speak to a lot of people from other countries. A lot of people do comment to us about how nice it sounds that you can go out and chat to people. And just the general ways of Australia. People seem very wowed and impressed by it. Living life is a priority for Australians. It's not about earning money to pay bills and then you sit around doing nothing because everything costs too much. Oh no.
Oh no.
Australians are out doing things. Obviously this is very generalised. You know, there are people that won't do stuff. But generally, it's the Aussie way to get out. It's very get up and go, isn't it?
Yep. So with that, we'll get up and we'll go and we'll just take you around.
Yeah, let's go.
I absolutely love that. That one for me is big because I feel like that's when I take to heart. Like, living life is a priority because a lot of times I am that person who's like worried about spending too much money, and know what I'm saying? So most of the time I'll just pay bills and I really don't do much. Like, when it comes to like hanging with friends, social events and stuff like that, I really don't do much because I don't like to spend money, and I don't like to see the money go down in my bank account, and I'm so focused on money that I'm forgetting to live life, to have fun, to enjoy it, because you only get one life. And so I absolutely love that as well. I feel like you do got to take life, as my guy would say, by the balls. And just live. You only get one. So just live it, enjoy it, and don't stress too much about it. Have enough to pay your bills, take care of yourself. But like, don't stress too much about it.
Mrs. Bam.
Thank you.
What's my name?
Is living life a priority, but also looking after yourself is a real priority here as well.
Yeah, everyone's on a health kick all the time.
I would say that it's not only healthy eating that people are focused on here, but also exercising a lot. Need like a booster seat. Looking after yourself is certainly another priority here. So, for example, people aren't afraid to use their sick days. They don't make each other feel guilty for it. Well, I'm sure some employers do, but most don't. And also, it's not unusual for people to take mental health days, which is something I've never heard of before.
Facts.
Now I work around the tradies and stuff like that. I see it quite a lot. The guys do say they need a mental health day. They're just feeling overwhelmed and just too much pressure on them. So they just need to have a day just to clear their head and sort themselves out.
Yeah, and they don't make out it's for any other reason. Like, they literally say, I need a mental health day, and that's it.
Yeah. They don't need to explain themselves. Also,
And the fact that that's cool, I absolutely love that, right? They're like, hey, like, they got to talk to the boss and be like, hey, like, I just need a mental health day. I need a day to, like, sort out my head. Like, I'm very stressed out right now. I just need a day to cool off, to relax, and I need this. And it seems like, from what they're saying, it seems like the employer or the boss is understandable of that. Whereas here in the U.S., I feel like, I mean, I'm sure there's some places that are cool, but mostly, I feel like that's not a good enough reason for the boss and the employer to give you a day off. Like, you tell them you need a mental health day, and they're like, we all need a mental health day. Like, everybody's stressing, everybody's got problems, but that doesn't mean that you can't come into work. Like, they make you feel bad, or they get onto you for needing that mental health day. And yeah, the exercising and stuff. We are the most. We're very extreme. There's people who extremely eat healthy, work out, but we are a very obese country. So there's extremely a lot of people who don't. Keep it rolling.
Mental health day, and that's it.
Yeah, they don't need to explain themselves. Also, the Aussies are very kind, and they show so much interest in other people.
It's a real genuine interest as well. They actually want to hear what you've got to say, which, you know, and I'm talking about complete strangers. They want to know more about you. And they'll strike up a conversation and they're eager to hear what you've got to say. I think it's probably as well a bit of an upbringing thing and just a general Aussie culture thing that you get to know other people.
Yeah, they just embrace a lot of things, don't they?
Yes.
They're very open-armed and welcoming.
Generally.
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 Not everyone, but most people.
Yeah.
I think it's where this country has adopted so many cultures. Yeah, they're just very open to learn a bit more about them.
With that interest.
I think that's really awesome. Just kindness, being polite, willing to meet new people, willing to make other people feel welcomed. It seems like if you move to Australia from like a different country, you're a foreigner there, like the people are going to make you feel welcome. They're going to talk to you. You're going to be able to make friends pretty easily. And so I really love that.
That they have in other cultures. They do also insist that you integrate into Australian culture. So if you move here or you travel here, you are expected to join in. But the Australians will respect your culture. They don't want you to, you know, to give up your culture, but they do expect you to integrate yourself into Australian culture and join in as well. You're not expected to come here and just keep yourself to yourself and not do anything to integrate. While the
What's the point? No one understand. I never got that. Like, why do you want everything to be the same as it was back home? Yet you're traveling or you're moving to a different place. You should integrate into that culture and get to learn about that culture. And I feel like that would be that's the reason for traveling. That's the reason for moving to another place. You don't want it to be the exact same as the place that you came from. So why try to, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, understand like your culture. You still want to keep a part of your culture, but you don't want things to be 100% the same, or you wouldn't have left. So I agree. Integrate into the culture of the place that you're in.
Aussies are kind. They also have a very no-nonsense attitude, and they will be quite straight with you when they're, you know, not happy about something or when they need to enforce something. They won't pussyfoot around it. You certainly can't get away with doing the wrong thing if the Aussies don't want you to, because they will be very clear with you.
They're very direct on what they say to you, and they will let you know if you're being a bit of a
goose. In saying that,
I do like that. I feel like here we sugarcoat a lot of things. We do tend to beat around the bush when it comes to what's that word? We don't like conflict. So when it comes to kind of telling someone straight up and being direct with someone, we kind of beat around the bush. Confronting was the word I'm looking for. Confronting someone, we beat around the bush.
it is a very supportive culture. They want to see other people doing well, and they will stick their hands up and support you and congratulate you and cheer you along the way. And that also leads us into how close-knit the communities are here. People do get to know each other. The Aussies see it as if there's someone in the community who's going through a rough time, then it's not their problem, it's a community problem. And so everybody rallies round, and we've seen it a number of times, and it really impresses us.
Yeah, everyone just seems to really want to help, and it's not for personal gain or anything like that. It is literally they want us to help out and look out for each other.
And just to do the right thing so that nobody's going through anything alone. One of the other...
Yeah, I think I've seen from multiple videos that Aussies have a very strong sense of community, a very strong sense of helping out people that are in need. And I absolutely love that.
Really interesting things that's really quite admirable about Aussies is that they seem to know everything. They really know the land, and if you don't know about something, whether it be about animals, whether it be about I don't know, the weather or nature or what happens in an emergency, you just have to ask, because they will happily explain everything to you.
Yeah, I think it's where they brought it in from a very young age that you need to learn about your local surroundings, yeah, and your environment. I wish that they did it more when we was kids back in the UK.
I mean, in all fairness, we didn't have quite so many so many dangers around us, did we, in the UK? You didn't have all of these crazy, scary animals and natural disasters.
It's just something that they don't sort of ingrain in you when you're young in the UK, and maybe other countries as well, but here in Australia, it is drummed into them that they've got to really think and care about their local ecosystem.
I do love that you can just ask an Aussie and they seem to know everything. Sorry.
She just shut up.
I realised I was so short.
Suddenly blew up.
I mean, this video has taken us a while to make, so...
Yeah. Australians love Australia.
Australians are actually very passionate about their country, and they won't hear of anything bad.
That's why they don't like it when they hear the whinging poms.
They really appreciate every little thing about where they're from, and not just the whole country, but they appreciate their communities and their local environment. Do you know, the only thing that I've really heard Australians talking badly of in the country are the politicians.
Yeah, facts. That's it.
The same with every country, though.
Yeah, there's always a dislike for politicians because there's dodgy ones everywhere, and Australia is not
an exception.
Not an exception to that. If you're moving to Australia,
there is definitely dodgy politicians everywhere, and in every country you're gonna find people talking about their politicians. That's a given. But I love the fact that they do love Australia. You know what I'm saying? And Australia's like, hey, you got anything bad to say? We not having it. And sometimes I be seeing that in the comment section when I be talking about the Vegemite. I be seeing some people in the comment section getting on to me. I be reading them. I think it's funny though. But Australians ain't having it. They say no bad talk. No bad talk about anything that's coming out of this country or anything that's uniquely Australian. Talk to me.
Australia, then head over to our website, thebamfamlam.com, and download our ebooks. And there's also a heap of other helpful resources on there.
You can follow us as well on Instagram at thebamfamlam.
Is that a question or?
It's a question. Or
are you saying it like an Aussie?
Well, I'm Aussie, so that's how I ask everything.
How you say everything.
How I say everything in question form, I think.
See you next week.
Absolutely love the Bam Family, bro. Such dope videos, such genuine people. That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal. Out.